you hear the word logic puzzle and you're like, hi there. So today, instead of going somewhere outside, I decided that I would stay indoors and film a quick video about some ideas for travel when you can't really travel anywhere. A lot of people aren't as fortunate as we are here in Maine. We have a little bit more flexibility to go to Maine state parks, nature trails, to be outdoors. If you live in bigger cities, a lot of different states have different restrictions because of COVID-19. So I wanted to kind of share a video about places that you can travel in your mind when you can't actually physically go to different places. I picked out about 5 books that, in different ways, inspire travel and adventure and seeing the world in different ways. They're all a little bit different and unique, but they share that theme. The first book that I have is called Alice in Puzzleland. This is by an author by the name of Raymond Small Ian. Alice and her friends returned for another romp through Wonderland and the Looking Glass. With these 88 puzzles, paradoxes, and logic problems. Isaac Asimov described this book as amusing, entertaining, and surprisingly educational, and it might just send you back to reread Alice. So, this is a book of logic puzzles. They get your brain to focus on a problem and to think about them. I discovered Raymond Smullyan when I was 8 or 9 years old, and I got to go to the Orlando Public Library. Raymond Smullian has taught at Dartmouth and Princeton. He always puts some kind of a creative spin on logic problems. So it's not like 10th grade geometry. It's always done in a very fascinating way. In one of my favorite chapters, you have to try to figure out which is Tweedledum and which one is Tweedledee based on the statements that they make. Sometimes only one of them is telling the truth. Sometimes both of them are lying and they give statements, and based on the statements that they give, you have to deduce from the information that they've provided you which one is telling the truth and which one is lying. So if you like chess, then this is kind of like mental chess. It's very fun, very interesting reading. Now, if that's not your thing at all, I also have Time Cat by Lloyd Alexander. This one Gene actually recommended to me. Time Cat is about a cat that can talk, and he has the power to travel through time. So you see again the theme of traveling, but this time instead of traveling through space, we're traveling through time as well. Along the way, you get to learn about the 9 lives that Jason's cat Gareth has in this really adventurous and exciting book by Lloyd Alexander. You might know Lloyd Alexander's name from the Chronicles of Prydain series. The most famous of which, of course, is The Black Cauldron, which was turned into a Disney movie that really didn't do justice to the series. It's a fascinating read. It's a growing up story. There's adventure and intrigue and excitement. And Time Cat kind of condenses all of that down into one book that talks about the relationship that owners have with their pets, or I should say that cats have with their handlers. Isn't that right, Gene? Because I'm not your owner. I'm your assistant. That's really what it is when you're a cat person. I'm a cat person and a dog person. If you want something a little bit more colorful, maybe reading books isn't really your style and you like something with more pictures in it, I'd recommend Wallace the Brave by Will Henry. The artwork in this reminds me of the best things about Calvin and Hobbes. Now that Bill Watterson is no longer creating any Calvin and Hobbes, I'm always trying to find something to fill that magical void. Will Henry does that for me. Some of the things that I really enjoy about this is that there's lots of scenes that remind me of living near the ocean. There are shells on the basketball court because the seagulls drop them on the basketball court. His dad is a lobsterman, which absolutely makes me think of Maine. I don't know if the setting is supposed to be Maine or not. There's fishing that takes place. I love the artwork, the drawing on this. It reminds me of an imaginative look at what life would be like living in a place like Maine. Going along with that, Zen Speaks. It's filled with these tiny little stories. They're just one-page stories done in a... They remind me of Sergio Aragonés, the guy who did Gru and did all the little tiny pictures that you see in Mad Magazine. These are just like one-page stories that you can read that really kind of make you stop and think and slow down and appreciate the moment that you're living in. One day, while walking through the wilderness, a man happened upon a vicious tiger. He ran, but soon came to the edge of a cliff. Climbing down a vine, he discovered another tiger at the bottom. Then 2 rats appeared and began gnawing on the vine. Rip, oh no. Suddenly, he noticed a plump red strawberry. He plucked it and popped it in his mouth. Delicious. Don't dwell on the past. Don't worry about the future. Experience and cherish the moment. Happiness is acting according to circumstances, whatever they may be. There's nothing like little Zen stories to help you stop and think and appreciate where you are right now, experiencing the moment as it's happening to you. These types of stories have helped me to just be where I am. In times like this helps me to slow down and to appreciate life as it's happening. The last book that I'd recommend is Neil Gaiman, Norse Mythology. Neil Gaiman is a fantastic writer. I recommend anything by Neil Gaiman. Everything that he's written, all of it really, really good. It's his retelling of Norse myths, and they are done with poignancy and humor. There's wisdom in these. I think one of my favorites is the story of how poetry came into being. The end has, it's like the punchline of a really good joke. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to read off the back here. Who else but Neil Gaiman could become an accomplice of the gods, using the sorcery of words to make their stories new? The author of American Gods transforms Norse myths. The author of American Gods transforms Norse myths into addictive reading for young and old, with high wattage retellings that preserve the monumental grandeur of the Nordic universe but also turn it into a world that is up close and personal, full of antic wit and dark intrigue. That's exactly what he does here in this book. It is a great read. I will provide links down below to all of these books on Amazon, and you can purchase them there. I don't have an affiliate account with Amazon as of the making of this video. I just simply wanted to recommend good books. I love reading. I love books. I have loved books since I was a little kid. I mean, I would walk out of the library with stacks of books 20 high. When you can't go outside and you can't travel places, reading can take you places. If you have other recommendations of books that you think that I would like in return, please leave your top 5 down below in the comments. I'll do my best to check out as many of them as I can. If you like this video, please give this channel a like and a subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Ring the bell for notifications. It really helps my channel out. If you like Ernie's Journeys, we also sell t-shirts, decals for cars. You can pick one up on the link down below to Teespring. Here's to good reading and to adventures in the mind. Thank you, and have a great, quiet, restful reading day. I wish that for all of you today. Thanks for watching.